Welcome to Eric's React and Review. Music, comic books, movie trailers, toys, and more. Please hit subscribe. Yeah, what's up, everyone? Metalheads, unite in these crazy times we're in. The world is falling apart, but metal will always reign supreme. Yes, as you can tell by my mug. Look, I got this powerful fucking mug, man, off Amazon. Look, I'm gonna drink it like, oh, I'm drinking blood. Hey, what's up, everyone? Hey, and like the guy said in the intro there, hit subscribe because the Metal Block. I mean, we're the fastest growing channel on YouTube. Everyone says that we're the fastest growing reaction channel on YouTube. At 4,000, I finally hit 4,000 subscribers. Now that might not sound like a lot compared to like those like the influencers out there, but to me that's pretty good. Like about a month ago, I was only at 2,500, but just boom, 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 they just kept coming. So cool. So thank you for if you're part of that and you hit subscribe just now, thank you for that. Thank you for spreading the word. And just like I said, this is like I try to do my best. I haven't been on in a while. I've been just sort of in a funk. I've been, a lot of my day job. I'm an alcohol and drug counselor. So it's been pretty demanding the past like month or so as far as the work I do. And so been just trying to like find time to record videos and just haven't had a chance and been a little bit of a funk there on that aspect. But what we're going to react to today, I haven't done it in a while. Like, I did Love Bites, Baby Metal. I think I might have did Bandmade before. Pretty sure I did. I know I saw them in concert a couple years back. But Rolling Quartz. Now, they're not Japanese. They're South Korea. And we're going to react to their video. They dropped back on March 16th. They do a Motley Crue cover. Kickstart My Heart. I would prefer them doing like a more earlier Motley Crue song, like something off the Too Fast for Love or Shout to the Devil. Only because my favorite era of Motley Crue are those two records. They heard a lot, back in the 80s, coming off of Shout at the Devil, and you were expecting them to just keep that momentum going. And then they drop Theater of Pain on us, and we're like, I listen to Theater of Pain these days, and it's actually a pretty good album. It's not that bad, but back in the day, especially it came out with the polka dots and the stripes and the totally pink makeup and stuff, which is cool, but to go from Shout at the Devil, that really cool, demonic, fucking evil look, and then to come out with Theater of Pain, it was just kind of a culture shock, if you will. So they're covering Kickstart My Heart by Motley Crue, which is a good song. Again, I'm not a big fan of the Dr. Feelgood record or Girls, Girls, Girls. I like Dr. Feelgood better than Girls, Girls, Girls. I thought Girls, Girls, Girls was horrible. Aside from maybe a couple good songs on there, but Motley Crue just hasn't been really much the same for me since after that. But Dr. Feelgood's a pretty decent album. Kickstart My Heart's my favorite song in the album because it does kind of sound like Motley Crue. It sounds like a song that could have came after Shout at the Devil instead of Theater of Pain. So I haven't seen this yet by these girls. I've discovered them maybe about 4 or 5 years ago. My brother turned me on to Rolling Quartz. They're from South Korea. South Korea is mostly known for like K-pop and things like that. I've never really heard a whole lot of metal bands coming out of South Korea, but then again, I just haven't been that much in touch with that scene. But these girls make me definitely want to go and explore it a little bit more. So maybe drop in the comments. Maybe you can suggest some bands for me to check out. And because I'm always open to new stuff, But let's before we check out the video, we're going to react to it. I haven't seen it yet. I haven't heard the song yet. I've heard, like I said, some of their other stuff, which I really love. I want to get their albums. I looked on Amazon, but it looks like they just have singles that are like $20 or something for like 1 or 2 songs. I know they got it says they have a full album, Victory, but I'm not seeing that unless like I'm looking in the wrong place. So I want a full album by them, but a physical copy. I don't want to stream. I mean, I don't mind streaming, but I want a physical copy, whether it's CD, preferably vinyl, but I'll take CD, even cassette shit. But just so you guys know what I'm talking about here, just in case you're new to this type of music, as far as metal, like as far as Japanese and South Korean metal and all the Asians and the Asians of the world in metal, which they just, I've always, like I said, I grew up on the 80s Loudness and EZO, Dead End, all those bands, Japan, ex-Japan, and those were my bands back then, and to see that scene is still going strong, and now you got like very cool women doing it, like, and these women are kicking ass at it. It's pretty refreshing. It's really cool. And the good thing is, which I just saw, is that Rolling Quartz is coming to Portland, Oregon. So definitely, I'm gonna go to that concert. They're coming May 21st. But before we jump to the video, let's just give a little bit of a sort of a rundown. Rolling Quartz is a 5-member South Korean rock girl band on Rolling Star Entertainment. The group consists of REM, if I'm saying that right, Irie, Younggun, Jae-young, and Hyungyoung. They have easier names to pronounce than BTS. I'll give them that. And I do like BTS. I'm a metalhead. I like BTS. So don't scorch me over that. They debuted in 2020 with the Blaze. I think that's the album. Anyway. Oh, you know, and I guess like they used to be 2 bands. There was they had 2 different bands. One was named Rolling Girls, and then the other band was called Rose Quartz. But then they merged into one single group to form Rolling Quartz, which I believe it says here on Wikipedia that they started in 2019. So they're fairly new, you know. I mean, and they're making like a lot of headway. Like, again, I discovered them about 3 years ago. I forgot what song it was, but there might have been like their first kind of big video. But yeah, let's get into it. Check it out, and we'll talk more about it, and we'll go through the members and all that good stuff, and you know, look at some photos. Like, so here they are. But let's check out "Kickstart My Heart" by Motley Crue by Rolling Quartz. Whoa. They got the guitar sound. Real quick, pay attention, Vince Neil. This is how you sing it. Wow, this song actually has lyrics. And that's kind of a nod to if you watch any of the Motley Crue videos where Vince Neil's like, he totally doesn't even know the words to his own song.
I get the cops going after me, 'cause I feel by doing one old stream like hard. My heart kicks on my heart. Are you ready, girls? Are you ready now? Whoa, yeah. Kicks on my heart, give it a start. Whoa, yeah. Be there. Whoa, yeah. Kicks on my heart, hope it never stop. Whoa, yeah. Be there, yeah. Sky down, make a floating aeroplane. Hold a lady with a body from outer space. My heart kicks on my heart. Say I got trouble in my eyes.
Yeah.
I'm just looking for another good time. My heart kicks on my heart. Damn, are you ready, guys? Damn, are you ready now? Yeah. Kiss to my heart, give it a start. Whoa, yeah. Be there. Whoa, yeah. Kiss to my heart, hope it never stop. Whoa, yeah. Be there. Kissed on my heart. We'll start this band. All we need is what's out loud. It's gone by. I said we kick some ass. danger, killing stage. Drown on the Russian, drove my van, and I say we are still kicking ass. Kiss to my heart, to be never stop, and I fade. We did all our tears to ride. Oh, yeah. Kiss to my heart, give it a try. Oh, baby. Oh, yeah. Kiss to my heart, to be never stop. Oh, yeah. Baby, guitar.
Yeah, no, that gave me chills the way they were performing. Like, I mean, just really great performance. I mean, like just the way they were, moving around and when she was doing that thing with the guitar player, when she was doing the guitar solo there, and I got chills because that was such a cool move, and it's like they're totally enjoying themselves. I mean, the musicianship is just off the hook. I mean, look, when I was listening to bass and a drum together, I mean, they're in the pocket with each other. I mean, they're like right there, locked in. I mean, they do this. I think probably, I hate to say, it, but probably better than Motley Crue does. Like especially the vocals. I mean, because like I said, Vince could hardly sing it these days. But damn, it was amazing. That was really good. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of this album, the Dr. Feelgood. I always liked that song though, and I thought they did it justice. They really nailed it, and they did it good. Some bands will try to make a cover of their own instead of sounding exactly like the cover. I think they did a good job of sounding like the cover, but still making it their own. Obviously, was with female vocals and just the way they locked it. I love the way the bass player looked too. She almost had like a kind of a Faster Pussycat meets Nikki Sixx, like old style Nikki Sixx look to her. The bass was really huge on her. Who are these girls? Let's find out. Jeong on vocals. There she is. Irie on guitar. She's on lead guitar. She was the one that was doing the cool little wah-wah sound there. And then we got Hyun Jung rhythm guitar. Am I saying that right? You can always let me know in the comments if I'm butchering the names. I do apologize. Then we got Aram on bass. Yeah, she's the cool one with the Nikki Sixx stripes under her eyes. And then we got Young Win on drums. Great drummer. Like I said, the bass and the drums, I mean, just like they locked in together. I mean, you could really hear it good. Good production too. So yeah, I'm looking forward to I'm gonna buy, like I said, I'm gonna buy their full CD. If I can get Victory on CD, I'm gonna try to get that definitely before the show. Because like I said, they're playing on May 21st here in Portland, Oregon. I'm gonna definitely go see that. I don't know what club they're playing at yet. It shows the date on there, but I'm gonna look it up and it'll probably be where like the Bandmate played, because I think Bandmate, they played at the Roseland Theater, and so I could see them probably playing that place as well. But it's cool, man. I mean, look at this tour. I mean, for these girls to only be around since 2019, and we had the COVID and all this stuff to go through, and things are finally starting to happen. But that's a pretty nice size tour for this group. I mean, for being so young and new. And I'm gonna have to look up some of their live footage to see what they do live. I see a lot on YouTube there, so I'm gonna have to watch some of that after this. Maybe I'll do a reaction video to one of their live songs. But yeah, they're playing Canada, New York. I mean, shit, and they're going through the middle part of the United States. They're going to, and then the West Coast. I mean, yeah, so they're doing it. They're doing it. I wonder what size venues. I would imagine they're probably decent sized clubs or small theaters at the most. I would, and at some point, I'm sure they'll get to where they're playing arenas, or probably I bet they play arenas like in South Korea and probably around that area. So yeah. What if they ever thought about going to North Korea and just entertain those people? No, they probably wouldn't be allowed to, right? So there we have it. Rolling Quartz. South Korea metal. So there's K-pop. So what is this? K-metal or K-rock? Maybe I guess it's K-rock because they're probably more considered like a rock band than they are a metal band. But matter of fact, in Wikipedia they have them listed as rock or grunge as far as their genres go. But I'm not really big into labels. To me, I hear metal in there, and rock obviously. I don't really hear grunge. Maybe I like I said, I haven't heard all of their songs, but that one song I heard, like that introduced me to, I just can't remember the name of the song. And but let me see what that song is called. I'm sure it's on their YouTube. I'm looking at YouTube right now. I have to go back all the way to the beginning of their channel because this was like a couple years ago. I saw this video where they're like in like some kind of palace or some shit. But anyway. Oh, they do a Maneskin cover? Wow. Well, they got a lot of videos, so I'm gonna have to go back and check out their channel because it looks like they got a lot of cool stuff on here. So yeah. Yeah, I don't know what the name of that song is. But anyway, so definitely a fan of Rolling Quartz. Like I said, I love Love Bites. I want to do some. I haven't done Love Bites in a while. I know they got some new stuff they dropped as far as live videos go. So I'm definitely gonna do so stay tuned for that. I'll do some live Love Bites. I know they get a lot of good reaction to from they got a big fan base and I'm sure Rolling Quartz has a nice sized fan base. It looks like this video, Kickstart My Heart, looks like it's at 118,000 views, which ain't a whole lot for these kind of bands. I know these like baby metal and stuff, they usually get up there in the millions. It seems like, like Love Bites and Bandmate and stuff, they seem like they get up there close to a million or more. But Rolling Quartz, again, maybe there's a difference between Japanese metal and then the South Korean stuff going. Either way, it's all good. I loved it. Get out there and check it out. Thank you for hanging with me on this lovely little Sunday here. I got my co-host back there sleeping. That's my cat Tamron. she's the Vanna White to my Pat Sajak. For all you kids out there, that's Wheel of Fortune. Yeah. Anyway, the metal block is back. I'm gonna try to get more videos going, more content. I've been goofing around on TikTok. You can find me on TikTok, the Metal Block at TikTok. I'm not sure what the handle is called, but I'm sure if you just search the Metal Block, you'll find me on TikTok. I do have to give Trump credit for that. He did save TikTok, and he did give us cheaper eggs, I guess, apparently. But everything else, anyway, screw politics. Heavy metal's where it's at. So I want you all to enjoy your Sunday. Be kind to each other. Be kind to yourselves, because if you're not good to yourself, you're no good to anyone else. So horns up and peace out. Yeah. Go get Rolling Quartz.